was great to come back after the Arkansas State game in a non-conference game to play well again at home in a conference game, get ourselves above 500 in league play. We had targeted, these last eight games in conference play as being really important for us down the stretch, and really happy that we were able to get this win. Obviously, Vaughn and Keys both played well, but the whole roster, I thought, really did a great job throughout the night. It was great to have Vaughn back playing, and it was great to see Marquis continue to play well here at home. I'm proud of the whole team, and now we got to get ourselves ready for another big game on Friday. They're all big here for us as we move forward, but it's great to be playing meaningful games here down the stretch. I'll let you ask these guys questions, and then you could ask me whatever you need about the game.
Marquis, obviously, I think you almost doubled your previous season high tonight. Were you feeling different during this game, or was it just kind of same type of play you're trying to do?
Nah, not for real. I work a lot and work showed tonight. Cindy challenged me to play better at home, and so I took it kind of personal today. And moving forward, I will. So it all just came to me, and I'm grateful that I was to make the amount of shots I did. I'm grateful for my teammates as well, giving me confidence.
This one's for both Marquis and VonCameron. Both of you guys were big down the stretch. I think you guys had the last 3 buckets with the Sion free throw, and then you also had the big steal at the end to seal it up. What's it like being the go-to guys at the end of this game?
It's just confidence from our team, honestly, knowing that we'll make the right plays down the stretch. And our team's very, in this college age, kind of old, so definitely make the right decision down the stretch and use our vet-like instincts to
Yeah, Von really said it. I'm just grateful that my teammates got confidence in me to be able to shut big games down. I've been in college for 4 years, so I'm kind of getting used to it by now. So, I'm just grateful that I'm in the game because I know I can close the game out.
Vaughn, you've been one of the most consistent players on the team so far. You've scored in double figures all but 5 games this season. How comfortable are you being the offensive focal point and the leader sometimes early this season, or middle of the season?
Definitely something I've definitely been striving for. Whenever my teammates need me, I just want to be able to produce for them and my coaches, and they put me in a great spot to be able to do that. So, yeah.
For Marquis, you had that tech early on, but then you came back with a steal and a layup, and then I believe you had a turnover, but then came around with a 3 on the next possession. Did you feel like on maybe some of those negative plays that you had to kind of get back for your guys, and that allowed you to make those plays like that?
Yeah, for sure. When you always make a mistake, you want to be able to get it back as a competitor, But in basketball, you got to have next play mentality. Even as a vet, you got to really know that. And you're going to mess up. Everybody not perfect. So, you got to kind of take personal when you mess up. You want to be able to get it back for your team.
Good to go. Thank you.
Appreciate it, fellas. See you tomorrow.
What time are we?
We are 12.
Obviously, team shot super efficiently tonight, especially from 3. You guys have actually been shooting well above your averages in the 3-game win streak. What's been the biggest thing that you've noticed changing? Like, what's the biggest change that you've seen since the winning streak started?
Well, one, I think we're playing with more confidence. That's part of it. Just being comfortable, and just playing with more confidence. I think that's really the bigger thing. And trying to compete consistently, playing for each other. We've made some changes to the lineup. I think a lot of guys, as you get towards the end of the season, the sands in the hourglass, start to run out, and you realize, okay, the clock's ticking. I don't have forever. And I think there's a little sense of urgency with some guys to make sure, that we finish this off the right way as best we can, and playing hard. So guys are in the gym consistently. Everyone, last night before the game, we always come in and do film the night before the game, before every home game, and I think we came in last night at 8:30. Our classes ended. Guys that weren't in class, if there's 10 or 11 guys, I think 9 of them were in the gym shooting the night before. So that doesn't always happen, and it doesn't happen on every team. So we have a lot of guys that are really trying to get better still. And I think you're seeing that in how we're playing. So tonight wasn't perfect by any stretch, but it was a great start to the game and a great finish to the game. So, there's a lot of things we can still build on and hopefully continue to get better from.
Would you say that the recent offensive production level and confidence that the team has is going to carry into the MAC tournament and maybe even further? Or are you still looking for improvements in those kinds of things?
Yeah, we still have to make the MAC tournament, and there's a long way to go for that. Like, we are not guaranteed by any stretch to be in the MAC tournament. So, our focus is to play as well as we can on Friday. It's a big game for us. We play Ohio on Friday, who, is picked to win the league. They beat us at their place in a really tough game. They played that game without an all-conference player. So I know they're going to come in here really confident. Even with tonight's win, we have not played as well at home as we have on the road, generally speaking. So, it would be great for us to have a great crowd on Friday. It would be great for us to be able to continue to play well here at home. It would be great for us to continue to obviously play well offensively if we can, but if we need to win the game, 65-62, it would be great for us to try to find a way to win a game 65-62 at home. Whatever it takes, it would be great for us to continue to just play well and compete well here in February. So there is no guarantee by any stretch that we're going to be playing in Cleveland, and we just have to focus on Friday right now. And then win or lose on Friday, I'm not sure even who we play next Tuesday. Then we got to look at, okay, Saturday will be an off day, and then we got to focus on Tuesday. So that's what we've talked to our guys about. It's a 4-week race to the finish line, but we're trying to stay in a Tuesday. We play every Tuesday, Friday. That's the way the schedule is. All of our Saturday games have been moved to Friday. I do know that. So we have to stay in a mentality of like, we play Tuesday, and then once Tuesday ends, we got to look to, okay, who do we play Friday? Let's try to play as hard as we can and stay as focused as we can for the game Friday. We did a great job of that tonight, and now we got to gear ourselves up for a really good team in Ohio on Friday. I think they won tonight. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure the staff told me they won tonight. So they're, whatever they are, I think they're 7-4 in league, and we're going to be a really tough game for us. And hopefully, again, we could have a great crowd. It'll be on national TV. And, I know Ohio's a really good draw and really good program. Beat us the first time. And hopefully we can play well again on Friday night.
Last one from me is just, it looked like you guys had a harder time stopping one of their big men. He had 32 and 10 tonight. Can you just talk about what kind of struggles you guys might have had down low with him? He
was good, and we didn't have any answers for him. So we'll have to look at the film and see where we struggled and why we struggled. But he drew 10 fouls. He was good, and we didn't have any answers. So got to give him a lot of credit, give his teammates a lot of credit, and there's stuff we'll have to look at and figure out, okay, what do we need to do against other good front court guys? Ohio's all-conference player is a center as well. He plays a little differently than the kid at Central Michigan. I really can't pronounce his name, but but he's also a big physical. He's a center, so he's a good player. We told our guys this kid's new. He's a transfer. We told him that this kid was really good, and tonight he was really good. So, Central is a good team. They had a lot of. They didn't quit. They kept competing. Give them a lot of credit for that, but also give our guys a lot of credit for making the plays down the stretch that you need to make. I thought Jalen in particular, a lot of guys, but Jalen in particular, Sullinger, I thought he had tremendous composure. In the team huddles, just throughout the game, I thought he had tremendous composure and competitive will to win. We were struggling to score. He had a big bucket that gave us just enough breathing room when we were really, really struggling. They had cut a big lead down to, I think it was 6, and we were struggling and we weren't really getting much, and he hit a pull-up in front of our bench that I thought made it 8 and gave us just enough breathing room to okay, it's not going to be a collapse. We're going to be able to still win the game. Had he missed that shot, the game might have been a little different. So he's been playing great, and he's been, showing tremendous leadership as well as he's been playing. So, he made a big play there for sure.
Can you talk about Connor Gillespie picking up his 4th foul early in the second half? Did that have an effect on your game plan or the rest of the game?
Well, it hurt us because he's been playing so well. He had 14 rebounds in 26 minutes. But, Claron, we need him to get going. Claron's played so many games and so many meaningful big games for us. And he just has gotten in foul trouble here way too much of late. And he hasn't even been able to get himself. He played awesome against Eastern Michigan. Claron, he played 30-plus minutes. Had 7 blocks, and in the last 2 games he's picked up in back-to-back games he's picked up 2 fouls on 1 possession in back-to-back games, and it's really made it difficult for him to get in the flow of playing. And again, he's got a really tough matchup in this Ohio game because the kid from Ohio shoots it so well, the center. So it's a tough matchup this next game for him, but we need him to play well because he blocks shots, he offensive rebounds, and tonight he didn't. But he offensive rebounds, he blocks shots, he creates contact at the rim, and he impacts shots at the rim. So even when he doesn't rebound, when he doesn't block shots, the one of the misses that 21 had was a shot that Claron impacted around the rim. He was scoring every possession. One of the ones he missed, Claron forced him to miss. So, we need him to start playing better. And he had played great again 2 games ago. So, that's the thing about the season is, 2 games ago feels like forever ago. But 2 games ago, he had 7 block shots. So, maybe I need to remind him that it was just 2 games ago. So I'm sure he's a little frustrated and disappointed because, again, for him, the clock's ticking, and I know he wants to play well. So, we need him to stay out of foul trouble. We need him to play the way he's capable of playing.
You mentioned how your lead got cut down late in the game. You led it by 22 at one point in the second biggest lead of the game. What's kind of the mentality or the message to your team when things are getting a little dicey, when the shots aren't falling, when
the shots were falling? It wasn't that we weren't getting stops as much as anything, right? And we were fouling. So, and then there were a couple turnovers. We only had 4 turnovers in the first half. We ended up with 11, so I think there were 7. We just didn't get enough stops in the second half. They shot 57% as I'm looking at it, and went to the foul line. Had shot 12 free throws. So we shot 53%. So we just weren't getting enough stops. We turned the ball over too much. So it was really about making sure we tried to lock in defensively, and we certainly didn't do a great job of that, but We got enough stops, a couple of them down the stretch when we needed to. And it was just making sure that it wasn't, finger pointing of whose fault this is. It's our fault. We need to come up with a loose ball. We need to come up with a defensive rebound. We need to come up with a stop. We need to make sure we get shots on the rim every possession. And, it's one or two things that we need to do better to close out the game. And we did that. It got tight. Like I said, Jalen made a big shot for us. I don't have it in front of me. I'd have to look at everything. Like we get a stop, we get a 50-50 ball, whatever it was. Vaughn, drew a foul. Vaughn hit a three. I know he had 5 points down the stretch late when it was tight. And at some point, guys got to make some plays there late. And we had enough plays made to keep the lead. We ended up winning by 8. It would have been nice to win by 20, but again, you got to give the other team, like the other team wants to win too. The other team's playing for something too. They're not. You got to give them credit. The kid Anthony Pritchard's the preseason player of the year. To think that he's just gonna quit playing and say, "Oh, it's okay." He's a senior in college. Like he wants to play in the MAC tournament, just like Jalen wants to play in the MAC tournament. This is a big game for him too. So to think that he's just gonna, because they're down 20, stop playing hard. That's not how it works when you're a competitor and you're a good player, which he is. I don't know, I can't pronounce his name, but he's a good player. Like he's been a good player all year. He's our leading scorer in conference play. So they kept throwing it to him. We struggled to guard him. You want to say, hey, coach, you should have come up with something different. That's probably what I should have done. But, we didn't do a good enough job, obviously, with that. So they came back, and give them credit for coming back. And then I'd say give our guys credit for making the plays you need to make to win a game that got close. So I'm proud of the guys for doing that. And then there's things we got to learn from to improve as we move forward in these last 7 games. Awesome. Thanks, guys.